welcome. I'm really been enjoying these Facebook Lives, and this I did want to pick up as promised to continue on with hyper sales growth. This is really a great service that Jack Daly has provided us. If you get this book, um, because it really is how to really ramp up your sales. And if that's what you're looking to do is ramp up the sales, really getting a clear understanding of the four personality types is really kind of crucial because, the challenge is we're all different. And psychiatrists, psychologists, what have you, have distilled down, in essence, the four personality types so that we can better relate to them. Because here's the thing, you're going to be one of these four, and the chances are great that the other people you'll be speaking with, folks that you're going to be asking to hire you as their real estate professional, will not be the exact same as you. And the challenge can sometimes be, even if they are, still having to relate, especially if you're a driver and they're a driver. Both of you guys and gals are just very strong-willed. So it's really a great thing that he has done by putting this together. And I'm just going to read through just a little bit of the explanation that he gives. The previous video really, I think, summed it up very succinctly, but this is going to go into a little more detail. And I did photocopy this out of the book, so hopefully this is something that will make a lot of sense to you. These are the four personality styles. You have analytical, driver, amiable, and expressive. At the top, he has less responsive, logic. These people deal with a lot of logic. They think things through. Emotion doesn't really play into it very much for them. Down at the bottom, the amiable and expressives, well, these are more responsive, and they're very much driven with emotion. You'll also see over on the sides less assertive and more assertive. So let's take a quick look at this from what Jack had to say in the book. And no, this is not story time with Jesse, okay? Analyticals, the less assertive, logical decision makers, are technician type people. They dot their I's, cross their T's, they do things by the book. So if you're a salesperson with that personality type, analytical, and you were selling to me in that way, I would feel as if you're burying me in details. I couldn't wait to get away from you because that wouldn't be the way I wanted to be sold or I would appreciate. If you're selling to analyticals, your biggest challenge is that they are slow to make decisions because they tend to need so much information. Don't push them. The calls will just take longer, and just be aware of that. Now, you also run into drivers, and another word for driver is control. Okay, these people are very often decision makers and leaders of businesses. They say, and he has in quote marks, "Give me a goal and get out of the way. I'm going to go make it happen." The biggest challenge with calling on these people are that they are blunt, direct, very much to the point. If you want to be effective as a salesperson and you're calling on a driver, be blunt and direct. They will respect you way more for it. Don't go out in the weeds talking about the dog, the cat, the kids, the weekend trips, and all of that. Amiables are one of the very non-assertive types, and another word for amiable is supportive. Now, I have not heard it used that term before to define or describe an amiable. They're kind, warm, gentle, will go out of their way to help you. They're the salt of the earth. The challenge in selling to an amiable is they won't tell you what they really think. And that part's very true. I've been in many selling situations where I've realized they were amiable, but I never really thought of it from this perspective. And then after the fact, it's like, I get it, that's true. They don't like confrontation. You may think the sales call is going great, no objections, everything's terrific, but if they don't want to do business with you, it's typically because they just don't like you for whatever reason. But they'll rarely ever tell you that just right up front. Assertive people who make decisions emotionally are the expressives. Another word for expressive is social and outgoing. And I've heard that many times. Expressive people, very social, outgoing. These are the life of the party, the creative types, the people is the way Jack describes it. They'll ask you if you've heard the joke. Even if you say yeah, they may tell you the joke anyway. Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one, but I think he's got the rest of it just spot on. These are the fun, creative, and outgoing people. He said, the biggest challenge with the expressive is that of the four types, they are the worst listeners. And it's crucial to understand the key to sales is to ask questions and listen. Remember, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Twice as much of this, half as much of that. Yet, 70% of the people doing that job are the worst listeners. Sales. If salespeople could only take that outgoing, we all love you personality and get their ears to work too, they would thrive. That's a quote from him. So listen, I hope this is helpful for you. Just remember, highly assertive people who make decisions based on logic are drivers. Jack says that's him. He is. Those whose decisions are based on emotions are less expressives. Less assertive people who make decisions logically are analytics. Less assertive people who make decisions emotionally are amiables. So look, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this back up here on the screen for a moment. Feel free to jot that down. Keep that with you. And when you are talking with people, in the first few questions, you can probably determine the type of person they are. Are they analytical? Are they drivers? Are they amiables? Are they expressives? Where are they on that chart? So now you have a better idea of how to relate and how to sell that person. So listen, make it a great Monday. It's a little drizzly here. I'm hopeful that the rain will be stopping. They're calling for it today. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but I hope your day is going great. And remember, if you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to help any way I can. And please, for the mother lode of videos just like this and more, the mother lode is at Rich Agent Coaching TV at YouTube. Listen, in the meantime, have an awesome day, my friend, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.